When it comes to the young and the restless, surprises are never far away, and this time, the spotlight is on Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott. At first glance, everything seems calm. Sally has just returned from London, where she stood by Billy during an emotional and important chapter in his life. He was trying to rebuild his connection with Jill Abbott, and Sally supported him every step of the way. From the outside, it looked like a trip that brought them closer together. But sometimes, the biggest changes begin quietly. As Sally settles back into her routine, something doesn't feel quite right. It's not anything dramatic at first, just small, easy-to-ignore signs. A shift in her mood. A moment of distraction. A strange feeling she can't quite explain. The kind of thing most people would brush off without a second thought. Except Sally isn't most people. She's been through enough in her life to recognize when something is off. And deep down, there's a growing sense that this might not be something she can ignore. Days pass, and that feeling only gets stronger. At some point, Sally starts doing the mental math. Quietly. Carefully. She doesn't say anything out loud, not yet, but the thought crosses her mind, and once it does, it refuses to leave. What if? It's just a question. A possibility. But it's enough to change everything. Because if Sally is right, then her life and Billy's could be heading in a completely unexpected direction. This wouldn't be the first time Sally has faced something like this. Her past still lingers in the background, shaping how she reacts, how she thinks, and how she feels. There are memories she can't erase, emotions she hasn't fully moved on from. And that's what makes this moment so complicated. It's not just about what might be happening now. It's about everything that came before. That's why Sally doesn't rush to tell Billy. Not immediately. Instead, she keeps it to herself. At least for now. Because before she says anything, before she even allows herself to fully believe it, she needs to be sure. Still, the weight of the possibility is already there. Every conversation with Billy feels slightly different. Every look, every moment carries a hint of something unspoken. He has no idea what might be going on in Sally's mind, and that makes it even harder for her to act normal. She tries, though. She smiles. She listens. She plays along with their usual rhythm. But inside, her thoughts are racing. What if this changes everything between them? What if Billy isn't ready for something like this? What if she's not ready? These questions don't have easy answers. And the longer she keeps this to herself, the heavier it becomes. At some point, Sally realizes she can't handle this alone. She needs someone she can trust. Someone who won't judge her. Someone who can help her think clearly instead of letting her imagination spiral out of control. That's when one name comes to mind, Audra Charles. Audra isn't just a friend, she's someone who knows how to stay calm under pressure. Someone who won't overreact or make things more complicated than they already are. And right now, that's exactly what Sally needs. So, instead of jumping to conclusions, instead of letting fear take over, Sally makes a quiet decision. She's going to find out the truth. No assumptions. No guessing. Just answers. But even that decision comes with its own set of emotions. Because once she knows the truth, there's no going back. Everything could change in an instant. And deep down, Sally can feel it. This isn't just a small moment. This could be the beginning of something life-changing. The tension continues to build in the young and the restless as Sally Spectra takes the next step toward uncovering the truth she's been avoiding. After days of overthinking and trying to stay calm, Sally finally reaches out to the one person she trusts in this moment, Audra Charles. It's not an easy conversation to start. At first, Sally tries to act normal, like nothing is wrong. But Audra knows her too well. She quickly senses that something isn't right. There's a hesitation in Sally's voice, a weight behind her words that can't be ignored. And eventually, Sally admits it. She doesn't say it loudly. She doesn't make it dramatic. She just quietly reveals that she thinks she might be pregnant. For a moment, everything feels still. Audra doesn't panic. She doesn't jump to conclusions. Instead, she listens carefully, letting Sally explain what she's been feeling and why she's starting to worry. The missed timing, the strange emotions, the growing suspicion, it all starts to make sense. But Audra knows one thing for sure. Guessing won't help. What Sally needs right now isn't fear, it's clarity. So without wasting time, Audra steps in to help. She suggests the obvious but necessary step, a pregnancy test. Simple. Direct. No more uncertainty. Sally hesitates. Because taking that test means facing reality. It means putting an end to the what if and replacing it with a definite answer. And deep down, Sally isn't sure if she's ready for that yet. What if it's positive? What if it's not? Both outcomes come with their own emotional weight. Still, Audra gently encourages her. She reminds Sally that the longer she waits, the harder it will become. Letting her imagination run wild will only make things worse. Finally, Sally agrees. But she doesn't want to do it alone. Understanding that, Audra takes matters into her own hands. She goes out, buys the test herself, and returns quietly, making sure no one else gets suspicious. It's a small gesture, but it means everything in this moment. When she hands it over, the air feels heavier. This isn't just a simple item. It's a turning point. Sally holds the test in her hands, staring at it like it has all the answers to her future, because in a way, it does. Her mind starts racing again. She thinks about Billy Abbott. How would he react if this turns out to be true? Would he be happy? Shocked? Worried? Billy already has children, and they're older now. His life is in a different place than it was years ago. Would he even want to start over with a new baby? That question alone is enough to make Sally's heart race. And then there's her own past. There are moments she hasn't fully healed from, memories that still carry pain. The idea of going through something similar again brings a mix of fear and emotion she can't easily explain. That's why this test feels so much bigger than it should. It's not just about finding out if she's pregnant. It's about everything that could come after. Seeing the fear in Sally's eyes, Audra stays calm. She doesn't push too hard, but she doesn't let Sally back out either. She offers to stay, to be there no matter what the result is. Because sometimes, having someone by your side makes all the difference. Now, everything comes down to one moment. One decision. Sally takes a deep breath. She knows she can't delay this forever. Sooner or later, she has to face the truth. And as she stands there, holding the test, one thing becomes clear. Her life is about to change, one way or another. The emotional stakes rise even higher in the young and the restless as Sally Spectra finally reaches the moment she's been both expecting and fearing. With the test now in her hands, there's no more running from the truth. Everything has led to this. The quiet doubts. The late nights filled with overthinking. The conversation with Audra Charles. All of it has brought Sally to a single, life-defining decision. And now, she takes the test. It's a simple action. But emotionally, it feels overwhelming. As soon as it's done, the hardest part begins, not the action itself, but the waiting. Those next few minutes feel longer than anything Sally has experienced in a long time. Time slows down. Every second stretches. And suddenly, her thoughts become louder than ever. She starts imagining both possibilities at once. If the result is positive, everything changes. Her future with Billy Abbott would take a completely new direction. Their relationship would be tested in ways they never expected. But if the result is negative, would she feel relief? Or would there be a small part of her that feels disappointed? That question alone surprises her. Because deep down, Sally realizes something she wasn't ready to admit before. This isn't just about fear anymore. There's a part of her that's starting to wonder what life would look like if it is true. That thought is complicated, emotional, and a little bit scary. Standing nearby, Audra watches closely. She can see the storm of emotions building inside Sally, even though not a word is being said. She doesn't interrupt. She doesn't pressure. She simply stays present. Because right now, silence says more than anything else could. Sally begins to pace slightly, unable to stay still. Her mind jumps from one thought to another, each one more intense than the last. She thinks about her past again. There are memories that still feel fresh, moments that changed her life forever. The kind of experiences that leave a mark no matter how much time passes. Those memories make this moment even harder. Because this isn't just a new possibility. It's something that connects directly to everything she's already been through. And then, her thoughts shift back to Billy. Would he stand by her no matter what? Would he be ready for something this big? Billy has been trying to find balance in his life. He's been working on himself, on his relationships, on his future. Introducing a baby into that equation could either bring them closer, or create unexpected pressure. Sally knows that. And that's what makes this moment so uncertain. Finally, the time comes. The waiting is over. The result is ready. But suddenly, Sally hesitates. She looks at the test, but doesn't immediately check it. Because in this exact second, there's still a strange sense of control. As long as she doesn't look, the future hasn't been decided yet. Both possibilities still exist. But once she sees the result, everything becomes real. Audra gently encourages her again, reminding her that no matter what happens, she won't have to face it alone. That small reassurance gives Sally the strength she needs. Slowly, carefully, she looks. And just like that, everything shifts. Her expression changes. Her eyes lock onto the result. But the reaction? It's not immediately clear. Is it shock? Relief? Confusion? Maybe even a mix of all three. Because sometimes, the truth doesn't come with a simple emotional response. Sometimes, it leaves you speechless. And that's exactly where Sally is now. Standing still. Holding the answer in her hands. Trying to process what it means. One thing is certain. This moment will change everything moving forward. But the biggest question still remains. What does this mean for her future with Billy? The drama intensifies in The Young and the Restless as the focus shifts from the test result to what comes next for Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott. After that life-changing moment, Sally is left trying to process everything on her own terms. Whether the result brought relief, shock, or something in between, one thing is clear: she can't keep this to herself forever. Because sooner or later, Billy has to know. And that's where things get even more complicated. Sally starts thinking about how she's going to tell him. Not just what to say, but how to say it. Timing matters. Tone matters. Even the smallest detail could shape how Billy reacts. This isn't just casual news. This is the kind of conversation that can change a relationship in an instant. She replays different scenarios in her mind. Maybe Billy will be surprised, but supportive. Maybe he'll need time to process it. Or maybe, he won't react the way she hopes. That uncertainty is what scares her the most. Because while Sally has been slowly preparing herself for this possibility, Billy has no idea. He's been living in the moment, focusing on rebuilding parts of his life, unaware that everything could shift overnight. And that difference matters. Billy's life is already full. He's a father. His kids are growing up. He's at a stage where he's looking forward, trying to find stability after everything he's been through. Adding a new baby into that picture could feel like starting over again. Would he see it as a blessing? Or as something overwhelming? Sally can't predict that. And that lack of certainty makes her hesitate. Meanwhile, she finds herself leaning again on Audra Charles for support. Audra remains calm and grounded, reminding Sally that she doesn't have to solve everything at once. Step by step. That's the only way forward. Audra encourages her to focus on honesty. No matter what the result is, no matter how complicated things feel, the truth is always better than silence. Still, knowing that doesn't make it easier. Because once Sally tells Billy, there's no controlling what happens next. She won't be able to take the words back. She won't be able to predict his reaction. All she can do is be real. As the day moves forward, Sally and Billy spend time together, and there's an unspoken tension in the air. Billy notices something is off. He can sense that Sally is distracted, that her mind is somewhere else. He tries to read her. But Sally isn't ready yet. Not in that moment. So she smiles, avoids the deeper conversation, and tells herself she'll say it later. But later keeps getting pushed further away. Because the truth is, she's scared. Not just of what Billy will say, but of what this could mean for their future as a whole. Relationships are tested in moments like these. And Sally knows that. This could either bring them closer than ever, or create a distance they can't easily fix. There's also another layer to this situation. Even if the test result doesn't lead to immediate change, the idea of it has already planted a seed. Sally starts thinking about something she hadn't fully considered before. What if she does want a future that includes a child with Billy? That thought alone is powerful. Because it shifts everything from fear to possibility. And that's something she can't ignore anymore. So now, the situation isn't just about reacting. It's about choosing what kind of future she wants. And whether Billy fits into that vision in the same way. As night falls, Sally knows she can't delay this forever. The moment is coming. The conversation is inevitable. And when it happens, everything will be on the line. The story reaches a powerful turning point in The Young and the Restless as Sally Spectra finally faces the moment she's been avoiding, and Billy Abbott is about to hear the truth that could change everything. After holding it in for so long, Sally knows there's no more waiting. The secret, the emotions, the endless thoughts running through her mind, it's all reached a point where silence is no longer an option. She has to tell him. The setting feels ordinary at first. Just another moment between them. But for Sally, this is anything but normal. Her heart is racing, her thoughts are carefully lining up the words she's about to say. And then, she begins. There's no dramatic build-up. No perfect speech. Just honesty. Raw and real. She tells Billy everything, how she started feeling different, the doubts that crept in, the conversation with Audra Charles, and the moment that changed everything. Every word carries weight. And once she starts, she doesn't stop. Because this isn't just about sharing news, it's about opening her heart completely. Billy listens. At first, there's silence. Not the uncomfortable kind, but the kind where someone is trying to fully understand what they've just heard. You can see it on his face. Surprise. Confusion. A lot of emotion, all at once. Because no matter how strong someone is, news like this doesn't come easy. Sally watches him closely, trying to read his reaction, searching for any sign of what he's thinking. This is the moment she's been afraid of. The unknown. But then, something shifts. Billy finally responds. And instead of reacting with panic or distance, he takes a breath and chooses to be present. He doesn't rush to conclusions. He doesn't push Sally away. Instead, he acknowledges how big this moment is, not just for him, but for both of them. Because it's not just his life changing. It's theirs. Together. That doesn't mean everything is suddenly simple. There are still questions. Still uncertainties. Still fears about what the future might hold. But what matters is how they face those things. And in this moment, Billy shows that he's willing to face them with Sally, not against her. That changes everything. For Sally, there's a sense of relief she didn't expect. Not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because she's no longer alone in it. That weight she's been carrying finally starts to lift. And for the first time since all of this began, she allows herself to breathe. Really breathe. As they talk more, the conversation shifts. It's no longer just about what's happening right now. It becomes about what comes next. What kind of future do they want? What kind of life are they building together? And most importantly, are they ready for whatever is ahead? Whether the situation leads to a confirmed pregnancy or simply a moment that brings clarity, one thing is undeniable. This experience has changed them. It's made them think deeper, feel stronger, and look at their relationship in a whole new way. Because sometimes, it's not just the outcome that matters. It's the journey that gets you there. And for Sally and Billy, that journey is far from over. In fact, it might just be beginning. As the weeks ahead unfold in The Young and the Restless, fans can expect more emotional moments, more tough decisions, and maybe even a brand new chapter filled with unexpected joy. Will there be a baby in their future? Or will this moment simply bring them closer in a different way? One thing's for sure. This story is about to get even more interesting.